Sanctified, ritual maintenance applied. Tech grease, bless each port. Diagnostic prayers report. Circuits blessed, spirits sing. Perfect function processing. Function means.
Hey, greetings, Varlets. I'm Interrogator Rosardiwas, at Satan Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and welcome to Looking Cute and Painting Minis. I'm coming at you live from the grim dark future, currently broadcasting from the high world of Virago. The theme for the stream is Chords, Lament, held by the venerable religious Adam Bell, and we also have music from Y40K Mechanicus, which is composed by Guillaume David, and the copyright of Bulwark Studios, and music from Y40K Dark Tide, which is composed by Jasper Kid, and the copyright of Fat Shark Games. All the music provided to us by ende.app at pixabay.com. And today we are continuing to paint my Tzeentch Marine. Let me pull them out here. We are looking pretty good so far, I'd say. And yeah, remember that I have those channel points, or Imperiales as they're called now, for all kinds of fun rewards, to include changing my outfit. We have 4 to choose from, actually 5 to choose from, which is the Interrogator uniform, the Mechanicus Protocols, the Vampiric form, the Xenoslide form, and the new Shifter guise, which might go to explain why I'm able to change my appearance with your use of Imperiales. But it looks like we already have somebody in the chat, which is Tony Ant. How you doing, Tony? How you been? Saying hi. How you been? What you up to? Here we have Rex also saying hello. How you doing, Rex? What has everybody been up to? I am still working hard to try to get that societal rant out for you varlets. I am so sorry that I'm taking so long to pull that out for you varlets. Usually I like to have it at the second week of the month, but this one has been extra laborious. So yeah, it'll still have to wait. But yeah, Rex gets as far, says I'm early. Yeah, welcome. I'm glad to see that you made it on time. And we have Ray Levine saying just in time. Looks amazing. Hey, thank you. How you been? I don't think I've seen you in a while. What you been up to? And we have Coffee and Hobby says, hey Rosado, sorry I was praying real quick. How are you? I'm doing good. Just starting the stream. Let me go ahead and get my camera set up here. There we go. But yeah, so far we've covered quite a bit of him. I think the main thing we have left is maybe some of the back of the backpack here. And I noticed there's still some of the back of the gun that I haven't finished painting. So we're gonna go ahead and do that as well. And Rex says, I'm here chilling, legs feel like old suspension springs. Oh, what you been doing? A lot of like going up steps and whatnot? And Relevant says, so much works and stuff, nothing less. Well, hopefully it's been enjoyable. But yeah, just so you remember, we are continuing to paint with XV88. We didn't finish what we were doing last week. And I'm still using my size 3 grabby. Don't want to keep you guys in the lurch, wondering what paints I'm using. Toffee Hobbit says, I spent most of my day writing. Also had to make a quick reel for Instagram as I hit 500 followers. Ooh, very nice. What have you been writing? And congratulations. Rex Gets Force has been averaging over 12,000 steps for 4 days straight while moving people's furniture. Not something you think a custodian would have to do. Yeah, custodians don't get enough credit. But I'm hoping that's helping you stay healthy at least. Coffee says, I was working on the epilogue for the second draft of the first book in my fantasy series. Ooh. How you think it's coming along? You think there'll be a third draft? Do you think second draft will be it? Rex gets the force. I need to work out more, so I should not complain so much. Well, there you go. Readabon says, haha, well, at least I'm not getting fired, by the way. That's good. Getting fired is something you definitely don't want to be doing. He goes on to say, I visited the new GW store in my city and they offer courses on painting minis. and at the end you can keep the mini. Oh yes, as always, the plus. And every month they give out a free mini. Just don't make it there enough to actually paint and to get enough of those minis. I always seem to miss it. Then Real says, but my brother said he will buy me an entire set. Ooh, that's awesome. What set is he gonna buy you? Is it for like your birthday or something? Alright, Coffee Hobby says, depends on the feedback. Before I reached out to folks to give me feedback, and I plan on doing that again. I want to verify as much as I can. That's good. That's very good. Always get feedback, especially with a book. You want to make sure you hit your target demographic. I don't know how you're going to want to hit everybody, but you want to at least hit your target demographic. Then Didi Mini says, yo, how you doing, Didi? It's been a while. What you been up to? And then Ray Levon says, gosh darn, I sound like a child. Haha. Hey, no worries. It's always nice when somebody's willing to give you a gift. And God Emperor Man says, greetings, how you doing, God Emperor? How you been? How holds the Astronomicon? And we have, Didi saying, finally did a test model of my wifey's Warp Coven kill tape. Oh, okay. What's the model that you painted? And Rex Safar says, as a hobby writer myself who has never published, reread it several times and make note to see if another draft is needed. And if you do, you have notes. But I am a voice on the net. And Relevant says, oh wait, before that, Rex Schizophrenic says, so you can ignore me if you want. I mean, but only a fool will ignore sound advice. Doesn't mean that when you necessarily said it's sound, but if it is sound advice, then only a fool will ignore it. Relevant says, well, they have the new box of IG Armageddon that is, well, Cadians. Meh, but it will be my first. Well, there's always kit bashing. If you don't want them to look just like Cadians, you could always try to find ways to make them look not like Cadians. And then Gunniper Man says, all is well, I just got through mowing. Ooh, so you actually got off the chair. We better alert the Great Knights. Alright. Just gonna clean up the brush here a little bit. I feel like it's starting to get a little bit of gunk on there. Coffee Hobby says that epilogue is establishing a past relationship the MC had, as well as exploring the societal roles of men, women, and Bade among the Schnee. Okay, well, I hope it comes out okay. And then Didi says, basic Ruick Marine. Okay, so... Oh, nice. So just one with the bolter? Coffee Hobby says it's been added in the second draft as I realized I needed to set up the MC meeting his ex-boyfriend better than I had. So it takes care of two things. Oh, there you go. He says, could make the Acadians look like melted plastic. Might be cool. So much disdain already. And before that, Coffee Hobby says, good writer listens to others. Yes, exactly. Alright. Pankufen, 4231, I believe you're a first-time chat. I don't remember your name. Make them look like Gaunt's ghosts. But welcome, Pankufen. I'm Interrogator Rosarios, Attaché to Lady Inquisitor Markham of the Order Hereticus, and I'm currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. He is of a warband I like to call the Maledictors. But yeah, welcome. What brings you by? And Rex's Force says, fair enough and good point, Coffee and Hobby. And Didi says, yeah, her kill team will have a Bolt Marine, a Soul Forge Cannon, and 3 Sorcerers. I actually plan to use the Warp Coven as the rules for this warband. I plan to have one Warp Sorcerer. I don't know what kind yet. One Heavy Gunner, which is this guy. And one Icon Bearer. And then the rest are going to be Cultists or Zangors. I'm going to take Cultist minis and use the Zangor rules on those. What else? The God Upper Man says to Dini, Minnie says, Magnus's Dustbin Marines. And Dini responds with, yup. Coffee says, honestly, would be cool to have you be a beta reader if you want, Rosario. The series focuses on Paladin Stalberg and is party crusading to defeat the criminal organization called Void Serpent. I mean, I'd be down. How many pages is it? Coffee Hobby says, Sneeze are basically a giant Norse-like race. Very space wolves-like in that way. They are semi-matriarchal and have 3 sexes. Bait being functional hermaphrodites. Oh, interesting. And Coffee Hobby says, sorry if I'm talking about my writing too much. Hey, no worries. And Coffee Hobby says to Pankufen, says, welcome into the halls of the Rosario US channel. Yeah, welcome. Hope you enjoy the stay. Here we have 70 Rose saying, hi Rosario, how are you? How you doing, 70 Rose? How you been? I'm doing pretty well. I'm currently still painting with XV88 on this model. There were still some things I hadn't painted last week, but what you been up to? Coffee Hobby says, counting the epilogue, the book is 94 pages. Okay, that's not too long of a read. Sony Rose says, been hanging out with family. How's your week doing? Oh, nice. Tell them I say hello. What you guys been up to? Coffee Hobby says, honestly, it looks great so far. I couldn't paint nearly to that level. Oh, thank you. I'm still working through learning how to do non-metallic metals. Thank you, 70 Rolls. Always fun to dance a little. Get the juices flowing. And an Explicator says, "Hello there. How you doing, Explicator? How you been?" How are things in, I guess, in Terra with, the Lord Inquisitor? Hope all is well? And we have Some Spicy Ramen just following. Thank you very much for the follow, Some Spicy Ramen. I hope you're enjoying the show. And Reds gets as far, says, "I was not expecting that notation tone. An excellent pick." You mean the sexy saxophone? It's always fun when Sony Rose picks that. But yeah, you can pick it too. Those of you who are on my Twitch, they've got plenty to choose from as far as points to spend, and amongst them is definitely some fun little jingles or some clips from audio of certain Warhammer related quotes. And then of course you get to choose my outfit. You get 5 to choose from. Esplicator Valeria says busy. Okay, well, hopefully good kind of busy. There's 2 different kinds of busy. Good kind of busy and bad kind of busy. I hope it was good kind of busy. And then Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, "An Inquisitor is never late and will arrive when they arrive." Well, we're happy to have you here, Lord Inquisitor Callahan. How you been? Spaghetti Valero is just telling me how busy she is. Are you giving her too much work, Lord Inquisitor? Coffee Hobby says there's still work busy, then there is, oh snap, oh, Abaddon is trying to do another Black Crusade busy. I mean, I wonder if, how much, work does, Lord Inquisitor actually do during one of those? I figured at that point, more the military side of things takes over. Well, there's probably a lot of stuff going on in the background. But I would also figure those reports wouldn't come in until much later. Coffee Hobby says, well, considering there is likely a spike in chaos influence, I imagine they're doing a lot of background stuff. I'm just a madman on the internet, so I don't really know. And Ludicrous Callahan says, the fracking administrator Carkers dropped to work on my desk and left. It's the standard stuff. A few Orc hooligan shenanigans here, a field chaos incursion there, and a few guard regiments gone rogue. Or rouge. Gone rouge. Decided to use their red colors today. DD Mini says, whoop, exterminatus all around. You get exterminatus, and you get exterminatus, and you get exterminatus. Kabi says, oh, and there is also Gilliman wants to talk about what the Inquisition has been up to. Busy, which totally involves hours of lecturing and countless cups of recaf. Yeah, something's about right. I wonder if I should consider myself lucky to have never met the eponymous Primarch. I'm just a lowly interrogator. Working in my little side of space. DD says, none of it happens in a sector of the galaxy that doesn't quote-unquote exist. Yeah. And the Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, frack. Didn't think of that. It's okay, I'm sure Explicator Valeria is way ahead of you on it. Has already figured out a way to help you cope with that. Rex Safar says Kilome is going to have heads roll if Yor finds out if one of your co-workers gave up 5 human planets for a grot. Didi says you misjudged them for all their knowledge is a bunch of fools. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Nilo Quizzicallahan says a very famous quote, "Blessed is the mind too small for doubt." Thanks. That's why everybody loves Ogrins. And then Paladin Dance, definitely a first-time chatter. I don't think I've ever seen a Paladin Dance. Says Inquisition found this and sent word to the Space Wolves. But welcome, Paladin Dance. I am Interrogator Osarios at Tzeentch Lady Inquisitor Marco of the Order Hereticus, and I'm currently painting my Tzeentch Marine. What brings you by? Thank you for coming, by the way. And we have a Toshi saying, hola amigo, mi amigo Rivas, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Y estoy bien, ¿y tú? ¿Cómo te va todo? A Toshi saying, hey, my friend Rivas, how's it going? How you doing? And I said, oh, I'm doing good, how about you? Aquí pintando mi marina espacial del caos. Kavyabi says, I remember in the past when I was in contact with the Warhammer universe, mainly traded with the orcs, even had my own grot. The Chaos Gods kept tricking it into bringing demons home. That must be some well-connected grot to bring home Chaos demons. Those are not easy to come by. Hagaton says, morning, Rosarias and Chad. Good morning, Hagaton. How you doing? Let me go ahead and give you a shout out. But those who know, Hagaton is a miniature painter as well. He mostly works on conquest minis, and he occasionally also plays video games. And where were we? Heckerton says, just woke out of bed and feeling like a zombie. Yeah, that'll do that. But thank you for swinging by. What's on the agenda for today? And then Lord Inquisitor Callahan and Expert Cavalier went quiet there. Guess they didn't like the mention of a grot wielding chaos for fun and profit. And then, Bugman, a masked Bugman says, I have to ask, were you warned beforehand how brutal chaos, specifically Thousand Suns, are to paint? Yes. This is not my first one, actually. But yes, I have been warned, and I think, in the end, despite how difficult they are to paint, the details are actually very much worth it. And Coffee and Hobby says, even opened a portal to Korn's throne room and threw a nuke in there because he threatened my guinea pigs. Stopped trading because I got tired of the Imperium sending people to kill me. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta split waves with somebody as toxic as that. I guess I'll teach you to abhor the mutant. Abhor the Z now. And then before that, Kai Trax Malgam says fish painting for a competition submitted and waiting for the community voting to begin in a few days. Ooh, very nice. What you paint? Hekaton says you are too kind there. Hey, no problem. Anytime. And Otoshi says, que bien, yo también estoy bien, solo me duelen los brazos. Uf. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Perdón, me da pena de escuchar eso. Pero que te sientas bien pronto. Toshi says, that's great. I'm also good. However, my arms are hurting like hell. And Coffee Hobby says, only bad thing is that I don't have access to warp anymore, so I can't sell canned warp energy. Well, you probably shouldn't do that. Hayton says, just did a model shoot late last night. Coffee this morning. Oh, what, was it that model you were painting? Or was it another one that I haven't seen yet? Lord Inquisitor says Inquisitorial Judgment. Careful, Coffee and Hobby. We do have an Inquisitor in our midst. But remember, this is a safe zone. Take your fights, elsewhere. The editor says, good luck, Kytrax. Yeah, definitely good luck. Kytrax says, Knights of the Abhorrent Librarian and Phobos armor. Ooh. That sounds like a lot of fun. You'll have to send me pictures. I'm actually very curious. Kytrax is Knights of Porn's librarian for. Oh, hold on. I already read that part. Kytrax then said, "Do you have a Discord?" I do not personally have a Discord. I am in Discord, but I don't have my own. You can find me though and send me pictures is my Instagram, which is called Rosario Rivas Art. And then Masked Bugman says, "Wait, is that a Death Guard head bit?" Yes, it is. I got the head from the Death Guard Plague Marines box set. Yeah, where I think it comes with about 5 Plague Marines. And I had some heads left over, so I put it on this guy. I thought it was quite fitting, especially with the single eye, because I want them to have this appearance of mutation. So that was the closest I could get for the heavy gunner. But this is the leader. Village, aka what I'm going to be calling now Vilek. Yeah. Vilek the Possessed. So this guy's got 5 eyes, and this guy's only got 1. Coffee Hobby says, "Still proud of something I did to the Emperor's Children. They bought a bunch of orc fart bombs off me before they left my universe. When they were near our Mars, I set them all off." That must not have been a nice sight. And then Masked Man says, "That's kind of sick." Thank you, thank you. Just realized there's still some stuff that I missed as far as painting. So we're gonna have to go back a little bit. Primarily to get those, get these right here, paint them. And then in here, and the gun. So we're gonna have to go back a little bit with a different color paint. So we're gonna have to go back to the Morphang Brown. Coffee Hobby says, took out an entire fleet. My antics made me included fighting off the Imperium, messing with Chaos, and trading with the Orcs. He was just all out renegade. Got up romances that need some librarians in my Ultramarine army and some Tech Marines. I already got some apothecaries from the 1st and 3rd companies. Which was what you're thinking about getting? And then Coffee Hobby says, "It should be no surprise that a Christian enjoys freaking with demons." Got him romances that I don't know. Okay, so we're going back to some of these parts that I missed. And we're going back with Morphang Brown. We're gonna stick with the same brush. Hey, Coffee and Hobby says, I'm a madman. Are we at all surprised? Well, we've just met, so, I mean, I had no reference. Yeah, like I said, we seem to have missed this part back here, so I'm gonna go ahead and fix that right now. And Hekaton says, I'll be honest, still don't know what to do for the Kami Ayakashi at Rosario's heart. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Any way you can look up some references, or maybe something that could inspire you? Hobby, I even got a few hits in a Fulgrim. One time, joined the boys for a walk on the Emperor's Children and threw a couple of holy water bombs at Fulgrim as well as insulted him. Made it out fine. Yeah, you definitely got the storied history there. It says inspiration isn't a problem, it's color placement. Oh. Yeah, sometimes can go tricky. Coffee Hobby says my old shorts and videos from my old house tell most of it. I kind of stopped it though when I moved as I didn't see a real way to move forward, especially given my limited resources. Like with your stories, I guess? Coffee Hobby says, plus my newer style of comedy opens up more avenues. Well, there you go. Sometimes you gotta rework your idea until it fits more neatly with what you're comfortable. I know I've been reworking this channel little by little, here and there. Alright, I think that'll do it. And now we can go back and cover it with some more XV88. To make sure I didn't miss anything. Coffee Hobby says, the comedy bits from my channel now, playing more into my insane persona and exaggerating my personality. People always seem to be drawn to my more unusual appearance. Hey, as long as it works for you and you enjoy doing it. That's the best of both worlds. That's what I'm trying to do with this channel. Trying to do something I enjoy, but also make sure that it's entertaining to people. Alright, so back to XV88. You got Game Maniac 845 says, okay, I think YouTube is being slow, so I switched to Twitch. I sent a message to you on Instagram. Okay, cool. Well, let me just double check that everything on my YouTube is fine. Okay, it looks like it's still running, so we should be good. But yeah, I'll definitely check it out, Game Maniac. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Maybe it's on the requests. Here we go. Okay. So yeah, I just saw your message there, Game Maniac. I think you had to go through a request. I think if you try to send me a message now, it'll go through. And then Lord Cruiser Gallan says, we, Val and I, have watched Hua, aka Halcyon Ultimate Abridged. And it was the first time watching it. Oh, what did you think? And Kavinami says my more recently popular reveal, no drama here, played into that, which with how I depicted the internet and my exaggerated essay. Can't talk right now. My exaggerated expressions. And Coffee Hobby says, as creators, tuning our channels to fit ourselves and our audience is crucial to success. 100%. Okay, here we go. I just got the pictures from Game Maniac. Alright, let me go ahead and see if I can download these. I can put them up. Yeah, Game Maniac, I hope you don't mind me sharing the pictures. Let me know and I'll try to share them on the screen here. And I forget over there, it says it was weird, mixed with comedy and dark and inappropriate humor. Is that a good thing or a bad thing for you? And then Coffee Hobby asked a question. Rice was puzzled by Esplicata Valeria's remarks. She's talking about Helsing Ultimate Abridged, just in case you were wondering. Game Maniac sent the photos. And then Hekaton says, okay, time for me to get some coffee. Well, enjoy the recap. Hopefully you get some good stuff. And it's forget overall it was funny, especially look Alucard. Okay, there you go. Pretty good. I enjoyed it, but I think I just enjoy Helsing in its original original tone and its original format. And I feel like Dragon Ball Z Abridged works because I feel like it elevates it to another level. So I'm able to enjoy some of the jokes of Helsing Ultimate Abridged, but it wasn't my cup of tea per se. Game Me Next is cool. I mean, I submitted to a competition, so it being out in the open as expected. Okay, cool. So I will share it then. Just want to get permission first. Alright, there we go. And that is Game Maniac's Mini. I'd say it actually looks really good. I like what you did with the cloak. Oh, wait, that's somebody else's Mini? Where is yours? Why is... Maybe I have to open it up again. Hold on. Alright, we'll try this again. Okay, so yeah, there's that one. I really like what you did with the plasma sword. The power sword, sorry, not plasma sword. Very nicely done. Okay, Coffee Hobby says, honestly, need to watch that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but it's still good. The comedy is still solid. I just prefer the original, but it's very much a good piss take on it. And Give Me Nexus, will they make an abridged One Piece? Like they need to, man. They are making it. I already saw a trailer for it. Give Me Access also currently have an ad, okay, and then Rex Casafar looks good. And yeah, everybody's saying it looks good, Game Maniac. I hope you win. Alright, gonna minimize this and continue on. But thank you for sharing. Okay, where was I? Coffee Hobby says, fixing some things you missed, I believe. Yes, I'm currently in the process of that. And gotta be mad since I find it funny that whoever did the My Hero Academia abridge made Ochako sound like a stuck-up Catholic girl. I got no beef with the Catholic, only memes. I actually haven't watched it. Is it any good? Yeah, I think I've only seen the abridged, some of the abridged of Yu-Gi-Oh, some, all of DBZ abridged, all of Sword Art Online abridged, all of Hellsing Ultimate abridged. I think I saw an episode or two of Free abridged, which was pretty funny, and that's about it. Coffee Hobby says my current plan for my fantasy series is to get the first book and world building book written, then register the copyright. To get to the point of publishing, though, I have to build my following. Well, hey, I wish you the best of luck. I'm currently working on some stuff as well. I'm hoping I can start presenting some stories, because I have a whole slew of stories planned. Well, slew is a harsh term. I have all these ideas that I want to make stories into, primarily revolving around my persona. I think it'd be a lot of fun to continue to build the mythos of Rosario Rivas. You know, who am I, and who is Lady Inquisitor Malcolm of the Order Hereticus? And who is Goyen, and who are the rest of my retinue? Now, what dastardly deeds of those darn ticks are we, stopping every week? Ekadon says, back with coffee. And then Coffee Hobby says, "Bullish just look at clout over substance anymore." That's why I love the modern day. How you can self-publish just about anything, really. There is no greater time alive to be an artist, I believe. You can be completely self-made. No reliance on corporations or studios or nothing like that. The God Emperor Man says saw clips of it, not the full thing. Ah, okay. But I'm actually a little curious now that you mention a My Hero Academia abridged. Because I started losing interest not too long ago, and I just haven't seen the finale or anything like that. Right now I'm just trying to catch all those parts of the skull that would be caught by the light. So because it's hidden there, it would be a lot less. So I'm only grabbing some edges. So it's almost like an edge highlight. Coffee Hobby says, I wish I had the money to self-polish, though I do plan to save up to get paintable bus once I start getting actual money. I also have thought about licensing a smith I know to make basic stuff, like this neon thick dagger. Ooh, yeah, maybe something like that would actually entice some people at your setting. If you have a really cool design for some kind of weapon, sometimes it's all it takes. I mean, just look at the lightsaber. Okay, I think... Oh, no, not yet. Oh, we have J Ray saying hi. How you doing, J Ray? It's been a while. What you been up to? Coffee Hobby says seeing an artist's rendition of Stubber would be interesting. He has white hair, a natural white hair color for this knee, and his face is heavily scarred, and despite being 25, he looks far older. So like somebody who lived during the Dark Ages. I feel like a lot of people during that time probably aged a lot harder than we do. This bus's bulky, bear-like build and ugly appearance leads to most folks being scared of him. Ah, okay. So now you're a typical handsome protagonist. Definitely an underdog story from the sounds of it. Okay, I think we're done with the XV88, and I think I got all those parts that I wanted to paint as far as the Morphing Brown. So I think it's time to start moving on to the different colors. So next up is Baylor Brown. Now where is my Baylor Brown? That's my Ungor Flesh. I'll still need that. Here we go, Baylor Brown. Okay, we're gonna definitely have to move on from this brush. I've been using it too much, and now it's time to use some smaller brushes. Alright, I'm gonna use my size 1 grabby. Telfiami says, no, I built Stubborn to have a beast-like appearance with a mix of a beast and monk's mindset. Though he does not enjoy killing, being raised in the wilds, he sees it as a natural part of survival. Alright, here's the Baylor Brown. Antonia says, ooh, nice pen. Thank you, thank you. And Lori Kuzur Callahan says, well, I'm gonna be finishing up this pair work and then go watch some episodes of HTP. HTP, what is HTP? Lord Inquisitor Callahan says, Hunter the Parenting. Oh, okay. Nice. I keep meaning to get back into that. I was watching it for a bit, but then I dropped off.
Accende lumen sensibus in funda morem cordibus, in firma nostri corporis virtute firmans perpeti. Ostem repellas longius, pacem vedones propinus, ductores icte praevio licenus omne noxium.
But yeah, you take care, Ludicrous Callahan. Have a good night and enjoy the rest of Hunter of the Parenting.
Deo Patris et Gloria et Filio quia mortuis surrexit ad Paraclito in seculorum saecula. Amen.
Kathnabi says here, fearsome in appearance and typically calm in demeanor. If view on killing is more gray, in his mind there is only 3 reasons for justified killing: survival, protection, and serving the gods. And the local man says, oh, I'm still going to be here, just lurking. Okay, well, hey, thank you for lurking. I know you don't have to it, but I really appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you for coming. Always a pleasure to have you varlets here. And I think that Baylor Brown is already doing the trick. Jerry says I bought a bunch of gunpla to convert at some point. Oh, really? Which ones? And mind you that I'm a total tourist when it comes to Gundam. So unless you're gonna tell me some well-known ones, I will probably not know what you're talking about. Not good. It's already getting frayed. And Jerry says, corrects himself and says, Gunpla. Don't worry, I knew what you meant. And man, I'm already loving how that chest piece is looking. So good. Coffee Hobby says an important part of his backstory that you learn early on is his story is that at age 15, he spent 4 days slaughtering the bandits in the area of his home village. Forget what that says. Well, have a good evening, Interrogator. I'll be heading out. Hey, thank you for coming, Spaghetti Valeria. Always a pleasure to have you. You take care, okay? Kavami says the act didn't resolve his emotions, simply taught him the errors of killing for revenge. Became known to the band simply as the God's Wrath, as none knew his true identity. This does, in fact, later parts of the story that would be getting into spoiler territory. Okay, good. I don't like spoilers. Dayrate says I'm a Gunpla tourist as well. I got a Zaku, a Leo, an RX 78-2, and a Gundam 00 Diver Arc. All of eBay for $35. Ooh, nice. Unfortunately, out of all those, the only one I know is Zaku. I love the Zaku. It's such a simplistic but wonderfully cool design. I think it's that military / Japanese aesthetic that it's got going for it. And Kobe says, it's getting late for me. I'm gonna go pop over to Swamp Stream to say hi real quick. They hit the hey. I'm so glad I met you two. Hey, thank you very much for coming. And tell Swamp I say hi. I wasn't aware he was streaming. Yeah, definitely let him know that I say hello. Every time I look up and see where my progress is, I can't believe it. I'm loving how he's coming out. And we have Snoobut saying you just followed. Thank you very much for the follow, Snoobut. If I remember correctly, you're a really good artist over on Instagram. Hold on, let me give you a shout out here. Do you use your Instagram page for streaming, or is it just to watch people online? Hold on, let me look it up here. Oh, thank you, bye. And there it is. Snoobot's Instagram. He is actually a very good artist. I know he's just saying he is what he could be called an artist, but you're a really good artist. I love your work. But thank you for swinging by. Really appreciate it. Yeah, currently doing some non-metallic metal on this plague. I'm sorry, not plague marine. His head is from a plague marine, but he is one of my Xenian marines. Tzeentchian marines. All right, the mic didn't quite catch what I was saying there. Snooba says, thank you kindly, looking great. Thank you. I'm glad you're liking him. He is from my kill team for, I guess, for 3rd edition now. I was originally making this kill team for 2nd edition, second edition, but now that third edition's out, I'm gonna have to rework some of my ideas, which is okay. No worries there. I think most of my ideas still works. But yeah, he'll be the heavy gunner. But yeah, what are you working on as of late? Snoobot says, never played Kill Team. Interested though. Yeah, I've only played Kill Team a handful of times. I just like the idea of building kill teams over armies because it allows me to vary whatever I'm painting. I feel like with an army, I'm going to be stuck with the same thing over and over again. And like I said, I like to paint all kinds of things, not just one single army. So that's why I prefer Kill Team and, what's it called? And Warcry and all that. And then Stubot says, my first Mordheim Warband. Nice! That's a game I really want to get my hands on. By that I mean get some minis so I can play it. I've been inspired by Vermintide and also by this YouTuber called Devs and Dice. He makes some really nice boards for Mordheim. And that definitely has me inspired to start forming my own warband. Agadon says, it's time for me to get some leftover chicken from last night. Well, buen provecho, enjoy your meal. Schnoobot says, yeah, Devs and Dice is great. One of the best from Mordheim. Oh yeah, for sure. Very nice guy too. I got to talk to him once. Not in person or anything. I haven't been up his way, but through Instagram, we got to chatting, and it was quite fun. He was a very nice guy. Like, I know after watching his videos, if I were to ever make a board, it would definitely be a Mordheim board. It just looks like so much fun. But yeah, what's your warband? I think the first warband I want to work on is either undead or the dwarves. Snoobot says, going for something easy first. The Mercenaries Reichland. Ah, nice. It can go wrong with the basic humans. Are you using any particular models? Snoobot says, then maybe I'll go for some Skaven or Snarling after. Oh yeah, Skaven. I definitely want to try my hand at painting some Skaven. Probably paint some of the Warhammer Underworld stuff for Skaven. I really like their sort of like bandit Skaven models. Snoobot says a box of steel helms I got for cheap. I don't know those. Sorry, I wish I did. And Snoobot says, the simple City of Sigmar unit with shields. Ah, okay, gotcha. So you're using Sigmar models, nice. Now, for the ones I want to make, I want to get a 3D printer so that I can print out the minis I want. Because I want to use some Highland miniature stuff for the dwarves and some Artisans Guild for the undead. Man, that Balo Brown does the trick. Yeah, we're gonna clean up the brush here a little bit. It's getting a little too full of gunk. Okay. It's already flaring up. That's one thing I can't stand about this brush in particular. Snoobot says, I need some new brush. I might need a new #1 grabby. This one keeps splitting down the middle. Yeah, Snoobot, I asked this of all my new guests, and yeah, we've definitely interacted before on Instagram, but you're still technically new here. What got you into Warhammer, and what's your favorite faction? And Snoobot says, COVID got me into Warhammer, actually. As for the faction, orcs, definitely. The army for the poor. Nice. I feel like a lot of people got into Warhammer during COVID. I definitely got further into it. I didn't first get into it in COVID, but I definitely went deeper in. Is there any particular clan of orcs that you like? And Snoobot says, technically my orcs look more like Goth, but I like the snake bites and the blood axes. Very good. Yeah, I actually really like the blood axes too. And the snake bites have their own charm to them. I'm currently torn between a lot of different ones, but I would say my favorite one, aesthetically, has always been the blood axes. But I have ideas for Evil Sons and for Bad Moon's war bands and kill teams. So that's more well lean into once I start getting some orc models. So I've had this idea of sort of importing the Gloomspike Gits into 40k. And I think I know how I'm gonna do it. I love those little guys. And that Snoobot says, oh, nice, Gloomspite looks good. I know, right? They just have such funny looking guys, little models, that I want to collect all of them, really. I already have my hands on the Borgats. I think it's Borgats. Borgas Snagas. And there's the other one, which name escapes me. But I have two different Gloomspite Gits Underworld teams. But I want to get all of them. And Stubot says, my commandos are inspired by Splinter Cell and Metal Gear, so yeah, games I love. Nice. You got, what's his name? Grotznik? As if you see Grotznik, he's most definitely inspired by Sam Fisher. Yeah, he's definitely a Sam Fisher clone. But yeah, I think we've made quite a lot of headway. He is looking very good. That non-metallic is coming along nicely. We still have a long way to go, but we can definitely see the vision now. And Snoobot says, yeah, the only model I haven't modified. Yeah, I don't blame you. Do you have the newer one or the older one? But yeah, before we go, if you like what I do and would like to support, consider subscribing to my Twitch channel or donating to my Ko-Fi at Rosario's Heart. When you missed an episode, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, which is also called Rosario's Heart. And remember that if you'd like to commission me to paint a mini for you, then please hit me up on Instagram over at Rosario's Heart. And yeah, remember that I also have my Rosario rants over on YouTube. So if you're one of my YouTube viewers, every month, usually, I will post my opinion piece. My latest opinion piece is actually going to be on Trench Crusade. Still working on it. I am about 2/3 so far on the editing process. I am just hoping I can get it done soon. That feels so bad I am able to get that to you guys. And Snoobot says new one. And before that, Sony Rose says looking great. Thank you very much, 7A Rose. Really appreciate it. And yeah, Snoobot's new one is pretty good, but I like the older one more. It just had this little funky quality to it that just really made it shine. Rex Kazafar says 9 from the YouTube chat. Thank you very much, Rex Kazafar. Thanks for coming. And God Emperor Man says, well, I'm gonna head out. See you later, Space Cowboy. You take care, God Emperor. See, you're a Cowboy Bebop fan. I appreciate that. Cowboy Bebop is amazing. But yeah, let's see who we can raid before we go. This person's a Mandarimp is putting together some Gunpla, and I know J-Ray was just talking about some Gunpla. So we will have to raid Mandarimp. Hopefully it's a fun watch. But yeah, Snoobot says we'll watch some more of your stream in the future. Have a good one. Hey, you take butts, thank you very much for coming. Thank you all very much for coming. I have been Interrogator Rosarios at Satan Lady Markham of the Order of Etiquette, and I'm signing off in the dark future. Bye-bye, Varlet.